On this week's Waypoint, legacy skins are making a return, some updates and balancing for Yasuo, LCS players are restricted from streaming anything but League, and how you might be able to get a job at Riot. What's up guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap for December 5th, 2013. I'm your host, Mike Schaffner. Now beginning last week, on the 29th, Riot had opened up the Legacy Vault, allowing summoners to buy all previously retired skins for their original price. The sale ends on December 31st, and each day during this time, you'll have one or two different skins at 50% off their regular price. Now, since Riot has released a full schedule of their discounted skins, if you purchase a skin today that goes on discount tomorrow, you won't receive a refund. If you're interested in seeing all of the sales and champion deals, we'll be sure to link that list in the description below. So if it's always been your dream to fight fires as firefighter Tristana, or maybe be a beautiful caterpillar Kog'Maw, now is the time to pick up these skins. If I was you guys, I'd start saving my pennies by stocking up on Hot Pockets, hot dogs, or maybe some instant noodles in order to purchase all of these skins before the year's end. Now, Yasuo is still in the testing phase on the PBE, and bugs are still being found concerning his kit. Most notably, of course, last week's controversial topic, the wind wall. Players on the PBE have found that although wind wall isn't supposed to block tower shots, it's doing exactly that. Certainly T took to the forums and thanked everybody for bringing attention to the bug, and he said that a resolution to the bug was being worked on and it will be out as soon as possible. Now, Yasuo's early and late game scaling was also a subject of discussion, and he admitted that Yasuo's early game was a little bit too weak, and this was because Riot over-nerfed his early game to compensate for the late game. However, it appears they didn't hold players back too much because a lot of players on the PBE are saying his late game scales far too powerful. While this still is a subject of concern for Riot, I don't think that we're going to be seeing any major changes to scaling very soon. To quote Certainly T, to flourish in the laning phase with Yasuo, you'll still have to play as well or better than your opponent. This can lead us to believe that Riot is counting on a steep learning curve for this champion, rather than making his scaling easier for the average player. So what do you guys think here? Would you rather have a tougher learning curve and a more rewarding experience at the late game with this new champion? Or do you think that a better balanced character that's easier to learn is more your style? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. There was also recently a Yasuo AMA on Reddit where we learned that Yasuo's ult will affect enemies that are set airborne by other carries. Yasuo will be able to use his ultimate on targets that are affected by Nami's bubble or Aatrox's dark flight, as well as other similar effects that have been created by friendly champions. However, it's not all overpowered. You won't be able to use his ultimate on enemies that use leap abilities, such again as Aatrox's Dark Flight or Jax who's using Leap Strike. Next up, Morello took to the forums last week and discussed some of the plans to update a handful of the current champions. They wanted to focus on champions that had long-term marginalizations, and those at the top of the list were Shaco, with Alistar, Poppy, Sion, Warwick, Zillion, and Urgot falling close behind. Morello didn't say exactly what they wanted to change for all of these champions, but he did give some hints on some of the changes that might be coming to a few champions. For example, Shaco's permaslow is most likely going to be removed, however they have a, to quote them, awesomely insane plan for the ultimate. Morello was then asked if the clone would duplicate Shaco's abilities, and Morello commented with, "Better, smiley face." Poppy's wall slam ability is probably going to stay, but Morello hinted that the rest of her kit might be changing. Riot is unsure what role Poppy will end up filling, but mentioned that a tank would suit her well, with Q being her core ability. Do you think you're good enough to work for Riot? Do you think you have what it takes to design a new champion, or maybe create that new game mode that you've been brainstorming? Well, Riot wants to know. It's that time again, summoners. Signups for Riot's intern program start tomorrow, and the deadline for applications are on January 15th. Now, there are a few rules before you go and apply. Remember that these are intern positions, so you'll need to be an undergrad or grad student. You should also keep in mind that Riot receives over 5,000 applications for only a handful of positions. Make sure that resume stands out from the other ones. Include a portfolio of your best work and show the Riot team why you have the skills and the know-how to work there. If you want a complete list of open positions and requirements, as well as some answers to some frequently asked questions, be sure to check out the link to the official site in the description below. I wish every one of you summoners the best of luck, but where did I put my resume? How many of you remember back during the All-Star playoffs when Riot held the 1 vs 1 and 2 vs 2 tournaments? Well, after the All-for-1 mode has been taken down last week, Brakar has confirmed that the next featured game mode is the Showdown. This mode is playing on the Howling Abyss with 3 ways to achieve victory over your opponents. Be the first to score 100 CS, be the first to demolish your enemy's turrets, or be the one to achieve first blood. Note that you can queue up for Showdown with a friend, but you'll need 2 kills in order to win. If you guys didn't catch this week's Summoner Showcase Revival, I just wanted to say that we had the highest amount of viewer-submitted content in this episode. From original works of art to simply fans submitting their favorite videos, each week we try and bring you some of the best creative work that we found in the League of Legends community. Like this handcrafted original song, Toxic, that might give you some perspective on why there are so many toxic players out there.
It's like every single day I'm eating the blame. They abuse me and nothing ever eases the pain. Every day I get told that I'm feeding my lanes. So don't hate me if I end up leaving the game.
To check out the entire video and watch Summoner Showcase Revival, you can do so by clicking right here. Just remember that we upload new episodes each and every Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and you'll never miss a single video. Alright, let's take a look at some esports, but before I get into that, I want to tell you guys about Shutterstock.com. Shutterstock is a must-have tool for anyone in the creative industry, with over 20 million high-quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips. Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. Injecting your website with some instant credibility is easy to do when using Shutterstock. Whether you need still photography, stock footage, or even art assets for a website or YouTube channel, Shutterstock.com is the place to be. Now, if you guys don't believe me, I promise the creative industry uses Shutterstock all of the time. Just this last weekend, I finally got around to seeing the latest Marvel comic book movie, Thor: The Dark World. Now, if any of you guys wait until the end of the movie to catch, that staple teaser that goes up at the end of all those movies, keep an eye towards the end and you'll actually see in the credits Shutterstock right there at the bottom. It's a great tool used all over popular media, and it's a great resource to have in any content creator's Swiss Army knife. You can try Shutterstock today without using a credit card by signing up for a free account and save all of your favorite images to a lightbox to review them later. Once you're ready to purchase, use the offer code GAMEBREAKER1213 and you'll receive 25% off your new account. Last up this week, thanks to an article from On Gamers, it appears as though players who wish to participate in the League of Legends LCS will have to be weary of the games that they choose to stream. A section out of the Season 4 contract states that players are regulated in what they can and cannot stream. There are quite a number of games on this list, but the most notable are Dota, Hearthstone, WoW, StarCraft, and Smite. Now, it kind of seems like an obvious step for Riot to avoid dilution of their overall brand. Pro players become pseudo-celebrities with many eyes watching them while they stream. Why would Riot intentionally sit back and watch their players push viewers to a competitor's brand? Now, some of you out there might be of the notion that it's the players' free time and they should be able to do what they want, but you're wrong. LCS players receive a salary, which means they're kind of employees of Riot. Riot does a wonderful job making these players idolize celebrities whose opinions of a game matter, and if they don't control the actions of these promoted players, they damn well should. Now, I know this is hitting all sorts of hot buttons at the moment, so tell us what you guys think. Is Riot going too far? Or do you guys think that this is something that should be considered standard as a professional League of Legends player? Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, just in case any of you out there are concerned about our in-depth esports coverage, I promise it will be returning when the official season begins, so stay tuned for weekly recaps of all of your favorite matches. In the meantime, if you guys haven't checked out LoL King's League Trends, head on over and tell Lindsay that I say hi. Each week, Lindsay Geektron and Cloth5 recap stats from LoL King's database to bring you weekly trends in top picks, bans, and wins within League of Legends. So if you haven't checked out the show or their YouTube channel, you can do so by clicking right here. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. Be sure to check back every week on Thursday for updated League of Legends news. If you guys like this video, please like and comment below as it helps spread our audience. And if you want to see more League of Legends content, recaps, and updates, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LolNation TV. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next Waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.